ICS3U. The lesson is, I think, 4_5 on Gantt charts. And Gantt charts, remember, we sort of bumped into them when we started talking about the steps of the system development life cycle. Early on in your stage, in the cycle, whatever you called your early stages, you could come across a Gantt chart. And a Gantt chart looks like this sort of thing. And it has sort of an overall look of the entire project and the timelines that it takes. So you can see the biggest tasks, and this Gantt chart here has the processes are in yellow bars, and the deliverables, the things that got to get done, are in the red squares. We won't see that, but there's lots of different Gantt chart makers out there, and I'm going to show you two. The problem that we're going to be doing, and you're going to follow along with both of these and save them. I think probably the best way to handle today's note is to make a folder in your notes folder called 4_5 Gantt charts, because we're just going to make a bunch of files in a bunch of different software packages and save them there. So the problem that we're going to be doing is this PERT chart example, the Ferd's morning problem. And the first set of software that I'm going to do at Gantt chart is just a spreadsheet, and I'm using Google Docs. I imagine that there would be you could do the very same steps in other spreadsheets if you like Excel, or you like Quattro Pro or some other thing. This is Google Docs, and hopefully you can see back and forth here. This is the problem that we did last day. Here is a spreadsheet that has each of the tasks listed, the earliest start time. So these, in this technique, we have to calculate that. We have to, and that's these red values. The earliest start times are when these tasks can start. The earliest time they could start, and it was the red in our PERT chart. So to do this technique for a Gantt chart, you kind of have to do a PERT chart first, and then DUR stands for duration. And then I just listed them all, right? And so there's a spreadsheet, easy peasy. Then I'm going to select this, and I'm going to go insert. Now where's chart? Can I insert a chart? I'm going to blow this up so I can see the entire thing. Insert function. Where's the insert chart? Can you see insert chart? Let's see if we can keep going here. Oh, just clicked it off. Tools, insert. I should be able to do insert chart. All right, I figured it out. It was just further down on because I had zoomed out so you could see, and I'm going to do that again later. The font was too big. There's the insert chart. Dandy insert chart. And I'm going to blow this back up so you can actually see. There. And the one that maybe you can't see. Let me go back out. The one that we want to choose is actually in the recommended charts more, and this one kind of looks like the Gantt charts, stacked bar chart. And then we'll go, we could do customize, but we'll see that it's easy to do that anyway. There's our chart. Now the blue stuff we don't need. That's not part of the Gantt chart. So I just clicked on it there, then hit there and go none. There's our Gantt chart. Now we can fix up all of the titles. This is in minutes. This is the tasks. And chart title was Ferd's morning. And dandy. Now, this one is chart title, Ferd's morning. Why didn't it? Press enter to apply. Good reading, Restall. Ferd's morning. There, dandy. And now I could copy this and put it into a word processing document if I wanted to, or save it, or whatever. Probably you should save this one and put it in that folder that I said 4_5 Gantt charts. So we have our Google Docs one. One thing I want to mention is, that was pretty slick and easy, but it didn't show any of the dependencies. It didn't say, okay, once E has started, then we can start F. It didn't do anything like that, like the PERT chart does. And what I'm going to show you now is a piece of freeware, not so you can download it off the internet. I think it should be on the shared drive. Should be. And it's called this JX project, and it's a little bit clunky, but it's also pretty cool. It looks something like that. Now your version you might have to goof around with it a little bit. So this one is in minutes already, and notice it's got the times, hour 13. So right now it's actually, when I'm making this video, it's Saturday, May 2nd. This is right now. So this is very up to date. But I can change this timeline format, and notice I have unclicked all of these things. So it's not in years for these huge projects like Windows 10 or whatever is in years. Ferd's morning should be hours and minutes. But if it was a bigger project, you can fiddle around with this so that it kind of, this matches. And you should do that before you start. Same with these things here, is the work display units. Make sure it's in minutes and hours if your project is in minutes and hours rather than days and months or years, which some of the tasks that you'll need to do have that. Okay, so I want to show you how slick this is. This isn't a spreadsheet, even though it looks like it. This is a Gantt chart creator. And so I am going to put this over here and get to there's my the Ferd chart there. So we have the task name is going to be start, and it starts, we don't care. There's the start. And then the next task name, I could just call it A, or I could put the names in, it doesn't matter. Shower. And how long it takes. Notice the green there is how long it takes. Some of this stuff updates automatically, so you might need to go back and change it. That's got to be 0 there for this. Oh, I know. I'll talk about that in a second. I've forgotten about this. The shower takes 8 minutes. What? 8 minutes. Change that. I think I can just type it in too. Yep, 8 minutes like that. And then 8 minutes. Why did it not go up to 8 minutes? Oh, well, I'll just scroll up to 8 minutes. So it'll be nice. There we go. 8 minutes. This is like the entire project is going to be and you see how shower is a sub part of the entire project. One thing that this has that's nice is this idea of predecessors, and you might have to scroll to the right because this is, like I said, a very complicated program. And the predecessors are the idea of what has to be complete before I can start this. So here, dress was the next one, and we can change its duration. Dressing duration was 6 minutes. Bam, 6 minutes. But the predecessor, I can say, was key 2. And how that looks on the actual Gantt chart, it says, and this is myself as who's responsible for it. I don't know if I can switch that or not. Can I delete that? Let's select an entire. I don't want to delete that. That would be nice if that said something. But this is like who's responsible, and I'm not sure where we could probably, right there, resources. So we could put in who's responsible, and that shows up on our Gantt chart as well. I'm going to just do a couple of these now. C is make coffee. We know that took 12 minutes. 12 minutes will go up to 12 minutes. Don't know why the keyboard's not working that I can type this in, but this is okay. And its predecessor was, predecessor here was B, which is on this one is 3, right? So I'm going to put in 3. And it says that's got to be done. But now the next one, make cereal, was, the duration was 2 minutes. Oops, 2 minutes. Oops. 2 minutes. And its prerequisite task was also B. So that's predecessor 3. And then I can see that pretty clearly then, right? Where the total time is adding up there, and so on. Um, all the times are in there if we wanted to update them. I'm going to let you at this. So this is uh, the JX project and Gantt chart there. And again, if you wanted to picture this, I think you can, let me blow this up. By file, I can export this if I want to, or save it as a picture or whatever I would like. Now, let's see what, oh no, I can't save it as a picture, but certainly I can save it as export as XML, or print preview. I could print it out to a PDF file or something like that. Certainly, what I expect you to do is save this as Ferd's Morning in your 4_5 Gantt chart projects, and then I believe there are a couple of things for you to try. And I will let you choose whether you want to use the JX project for the homework exercises, or the spreadsheets technique for the homework projects. That is completely up to you. But for the Ferd's Morning problem, I want you to finish off both. So finish both of those off, please, and thank you, and save those in that folder. Okay, save as and put it in your folder. That's it. Gantt charts.